Thanks for joining me today. This video, I'll be discussing a very important topic, C11 work permit. Many clients contact me and ask questions with respect to C11 or C12 or C10 or an LMIA and some other ones that could overlap and be quite confusing. The focus of this video right now is C11. C11 is a work permit for self-employed or entrepreneurs. So if you're self-employed or an entrepreneur and you're looking to immigrate to Canada, this video is for you. So what's the difference between a self-employed and an entrepreneur? We sometimes use it interchangeably. Self-employed in the immigration is when you are employed and you only employ family members and so forth, or you're probably a sole practitioner. That means self-employed. If you're an entrepreneur, that means you have employees that are outside of your family members. You hire, maybe your neighbor, maybe somebody else that has applied on a job bank account. So individuals that are not part of your family. That's considered an entrepreneur. Both of them qualify for the C11. So what it entails is what type of services do you provide? What kind of benefits do you provide to Canadians and permanent residents? That's the essence of a C11. If you can demonstrate that the company or the services that you provide a significant benefit to Canadians or permanent residents, then you could qualify under C11. And the key question or the key component here is significant benefit. This is a very subjective type of topic. What is significant? What might be significant in this application might not apply in a second application. What the officers are actually really honing on is economic benefit or social cultural benefits. So when you're looking at economic benefits, they're looking at Canada and Canadian citizens and permanent residents, not for you and your company. And that's important. A lot of clients think, oh, but my company is doing really well. It's financially stable, etc. That's not an economic benefit. That's a benefit to you. Some clients approach and say, well, I really have a bunch of homes in Canada and I have multiple homes for sale. In addition, they're rented. If you look at it, that's a benefit for you. Because if you sell that home or your residence, or if you're renting it, the money, the income comes to you. So that's not really an economic benefit. An economic benefit could be, for example, you have decided to hire 5 Canadian citizens or permanent residents. You've employed Canadians. That could be constituted as economic benefit. Or potentially you've provided some services that if clients go with you, there's an economic benefit for them. Maybe your prices are more competitive, etc. So you have to really outline to the officer what type of benefits are given to Canadian citizens and permanent residents. As far as social cultural benefits, the best example I can give you is a school. A school provides some social economic benefits. International students can come here, they could potentially go to school, then apply for a postgrad, then they can apply for permanent residency. You're providing a social benefit. A piano class for children would be another example. It's a social benefit to Canadians, not an economic one. These are the two most important components for a C11. If you can demonstrate that you qualify for this, the good news is that you're exempt from an LMIA. You don't have to go through a rigorous process of advertisements and so forth. You would be considered exemption from that LMIA process. You just have to put in the compliance fee and the LMIA exemption, and highly recommended a thorough business plan as to why you are exempt, and hopefully you will get an approval under C11. The last thing I'm going to make a note here is that an entrepreneur work permit is different from an entrepreneur or self-employed permanent residency. So please don't confuse the two, because the components and the requirements are a little bit different. One has a financial requirement where you need to meet X amount of net income per previous fiscal year, versus the work permit, for example, does not have a financial requirement. And so if you're interested on the entrepreneur or self-employed permanent residency application, Watch for that video. Thank you, and until next time.